Deep in the heart of the Central and South American rainforests, the canopy bursts into color. They are loud, they are intelligent, and they are strikingly beautiful. We are talking about the giants of the parrot world, the macaws. Often called the flying rainbows, these birds are more than just a pretty face. They are complex creatures with social lives remarkably similar to humans, possessing an intelligence that rivals great apes. But behind their vibrant feathers lies a story of survival, adaptation, and an uncertain future. Hello and welcome back to the Wildlife Lab. Today, we are taking a deep dive into the world of macaws, exploring their biology, their incredible intelligence, and the conservation challenges they face. If you love accurate wildlife content, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Let's fly in. Macaws are New World parrots belonging to the family Psittacidae. While there are about 17 living species of macaws, they are generally divided into two groups, the large macaws and the mini macaws. You are likely familiar with the iconic scarlet macaw or the blue and gold macaw, but the family also includes the massive hyacinth macaw, the largest flying parrot in the world, with a wingspan of over 4 feet. On the other end of the spectrum, we have the smaller species, like the Hans macaw, which are barely larger than a parakeet. Their habitat ranges from the rainforests of the Amazon to the dry savannas and woodlands of Mexico and Argentina. Unlike many other birds that migrate great distances, macaws are generally resident birds, sticking to a home range where they can find reliable sources of fruit, nuts, and seeds. What makes a macaw a macaw? It starts with their anatomy. Take a look at their beak. It is distinctively large and curved. But it's not just for show. The bite force of a large macaw is terrifyingly powerful. The hyacinth macaw, for instance, can generate pressure of over 1,200 pounds per square inch. That is enough to snap a broomstick in half or crack open the rock-hard shell of a Brazil nut and even a coconut. Their beak also acts as a third foot. If you watch them climb, you'll see them grab a branch with their beak to hoist themselves up. Speaking of feet, macaws are zygodactyl. This means they have 2 toes facing forward and 2 facing backward. This evolutionary trait gives them extreme dexterity, allowing them to manipulate food almost like a human hand. And then there are the feathers. The facial patch of a macaw is unique. For example, the pattern of tiny feathers on a scarlet macaw's face is as unique as a human fingerprint. Researchers actually use these patterns to identify individual birds in the wild. In the wild, macaws are specialized foragers. They eat a variety of seeds, plant matter, fruits, and nuts. Interestingly, they often eat seeds that contain toxic substances, chemicals that would kill other animals. So how do they survive? This brings us to one of the most spectacular natural phenomena on Earth, the clay licks, or culpas, found in the western Amazon, particularly in Peru. Every morning, hundreds of macaws gather on these riverbanks to eat clay. For years, scientists debated why. Initially, it was thought that the clay neutralized the toxins in the unripe seeds and fruits they ate. While this is partly true, recent research suggests the primary driver is actually sodium. The Amazon diet is rich in potassium, but very low in sodium. This clay provides the essential salt they need to maintain their nervous system and muscle function. Watching a clay lick in action is a riot of color and noise, a true wonder of the natural world. Macaws are incredibly social animals. In the wild, you will rarely see one alone. They fly in flocks, ranging from small family groups to gatherings of up to 30 birds. But their most defining social trait is their bond. Macaws are monogamous. They mate for life. Once a pair bonds, they are inseparable. They fly wing to wing across the forest canopy and spend hours preening each other to strengthen their bond and remove parasites. Their intelligence is comparable to that of a human toddler. In captivity, they're known for their ability to mimic human speech, But unlike a tape recorder, studies have shown that some parrots understand the context of the words they say. They can solve complex puzzles to get food and have excellent long-term memories. However, this intelligence is a double-edged sword. In captivity, without proper stimulation, macaws can suffer from depression and anxiety, leading to self-destructive behaviors like feather plucking. They're not just pets, they are highly cognitive beings that require intense social interaction. Despite their brilliance, macaws are in trouble. The two biggest threats to their survival are habitat loss and the illegal pet trade. As the Amazon burns and forests are cleared for agriculture and cattle ranching, macaws lose the large nesting trees they rely on. Since macaws don't build nests but rely on existing hollows in old trees, deforestation hits them particularly hard. Furthermore, their beauty has made them a target. For decades, thousands of macaws were poached from the wild to be sold as pets in the US, Europe, and Asia. This devastated wild populations. Consider the tragic story of the Spix's macaw, the blue bird that inspired the movie Rio. They were declared extinct in the wild in the year 2000. However, thanks to a massive international breeding effort, Spix's macaws are slowly being reintroduced to protected areas in Brazil. It is a fragile glimmer of hope, proving that conservation can work if we act fast enough. Macaws are the spirit of the rainforest. They are loud, colorful, and unapologetically wild. Protecting them isn't just about saving a bird, it's about saving the entire ecosystem they call home. We hope you learned something new about these magnificent creatures today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with fellow nature lovers. Don't forget to subscribe to the Wildlife Lab for more in-depth documentaries on the animal kingdom. Thanks for watching and stay wild.